In the heart of Union Square, amid the rush of taxis, chatter of pedestrians, and pulse of New York City life, stands a figure cast in bronze and memory. He does not move, but he speaks. His eyes do not blink, yet they weep. His hands, though, bound, let go. This is not just a statue. This is a testimony, a monument, a rebellion in stillness. The man behind it, Elijah Knox, isn't a household name. Not yet. But his story, like so many Black creators before him, is one of brilliance nearly erased. And like the metal he molded, his truth had to be forged. Fire. Elijah Knox was born in Brownsville, Brooklyn, a neighborhood as tough as it is tender. His mother worked double shifts as a home health aide, his father absent. His grandmother, the matriarch of the home, taught him how to survive, but more importantly, how to see. Insert archival footage of 1980s Brooklyn, kids playing in hydrant. Water, graffiti-laced subways, worn buildings standing proud despite decay. Elijah would sit at his grandmother's kitchen table sketching faces. Not just any faces. Faces worn by struggle, carved by experience. He was only 7 when he drew his first portrait. His uncle Marcus, who had just been released from Rikers Island. "Draw the truth," his grandmother would say, "even if the truth hurts." It was in those formative years Elijah found his voice, not through words but through shapes, shadows, and stories poured into clay and canvas. But when it came time to share that voice with the world wasn't listening. Overlay narration with footage of underfunded Black art galleries, interviews with real Black artists who struggled to be recognized. Throughout American history, Black artists have often been boxed into roles of either entertainer or agitator, rarely honored as architects of cultural memory. Jean-Michel Basquiat, Kara Walker, David Hammonds, each faced skepticism, dismissal, and in many cases exploitation. Elijah faced the same. His first gallery rejection came at age 22. Too angry, they said. His sculpture of a mother cradling a dying son, meant to honor victims of police violence, was deemed too confrontational. "You're talented," a curator once told him, "but can't you make something more universal?" Universal. A code word, a dismissal, a wall. In 2021, Elijah pitched an idea to the city's Arts Council. A massive statue, a Black man in chains, not as a victim, but as a liberator. His wrists would be bound, but the chains broken. Doves would burst from his hands, symbolizing peace born of resistance. The council said no. The message isn't aligned with current priorities. Translation, not now. Maybe never. So Elijah did what many Black creators have had to do throughout history. He built outside the system. With his savings, loans, and the money he got from selling his car, he rented an abandoned warehouse in Bed-Stuy. By day, he fixed elevators. At night, he sculpted. Every inch of the 12-foot statue was crafted by hand, its face modeled after his uncle, its body drawn from civil rights photographs, its stance inspired by the Haitian revolutionary Dessalines. He called it The Witness. Just days before the unveiling, 3 masked men broke into Elijah's warehouse. They didn't come to steal, they came to destroy. Gasoline cans, lighters, matches. But Elijah was there. sleeping beside his statue like a guardian of sacred history. Armed. Only with a metal rod he confronted the men. They laughed at first, until they saw in his eyes the fury of generations. The sirens came before the flames could. A neighbor had called the cops. The vandals fled. Later, Elijah said, "They weren't afraid of fire. They were afraid of the truth this statue told." Word of the attempted arson spread fast. Elijah's story hit social media. Artists rallied, activists marched, students organized. Petitions surged past 100,000 signatures in a week. Even city officials who once rejected him reversed their stance. On a rainy afternoon in March, the witness was installed in Union Square. Cameras rolled, journalists hovered, but Elijah, he stood at the edge of the crowd, silent, not for applause, but for reflection. The statue became more than art. It became a movement. Elijah Knox's fight wasn't just for himself. It was part of a lineage. From Harriet Power's slave quilts to Gordon Parks's photography to Nina Simone's piano ballads, all used art as protest, as preservation. As prophecy, Elijah's statue joined that lineage, a new chapter in an old book. He began hosting workshops for Black youth, teaching them how to mold clay and carve wood, but more importantly, how to tell their stories without apology. History doesn't just happen, he told them. We build it. Today, thousands gather around the witness. Tourists take selfies. Students write essays. Professors lecture beneath its shadow, but some simply stare. Silently, and in that silence lies power. A power built not in comfort, but in confrontation. Elijah Knox didn't just build a statue. He built a warning, a prayer, a resurrection. Beneath the chains, beneath the bronze, beneath the artist's hands, lies something deeper, a refusal to be forgotten. A truth no fire could erase. Elijah's story reminds us, some stories must be fought for. Some truths must be carved in stone. And when a city tries to look away, sometimes it takes a 12-foot witness to make it see.